10 most powerful handguns in the world.
10. Taurus Judge, Public Defender. The lowdown. Alright, so you've heard of the Taurus Judge, right? This is its little brother, the Public Defender. It's made by Taurus down in Brazil, and it's basically designed to be the ultimate pocket bodyguard. Taurus rolled this thing out at a trade show back in '09, and the whole point was to make the Judge smaller and easier to hide, conceal carry. It's built on a compact frame, like their Model 85, but it's a total beast because it still sends those big rounds. We're talking .45 Colt and those crazy .410 shotgun shells. It runs on a double-action, single-action DA/SA system and holds a handful of rounds, 5 to be exact. They mostly come with a short barrel, usually just 2 to 2.5 inches, which is why it's so convenient to stash. The original Judges had a longer 3-inch pipe, and the Raging Judge versions get wild with 6.5 inches. This little guy's overall length is just under 8 inches, and it weighs in between 1.75 and 2.2 pounds. That weight is a sweet spot. It keeps it carry-friendly, but still helps you manage the kick from those powerful shells. It's totally marketed as a self-defense tool for up-close and personal messes, especially indoors. You can grab one in regular steel or a polymer, plastic frame, the Public Defender Poly, and you can get a stainless steel look or a flat matte finish. For the price, you're looking at a pretty sweet deal, usually somewhere between $350 and $540. Since it shoots different ammo, is affordable, and is small enough to hide, the Public Defender is a total fan favorite for anyone needing a handy revolver they can tuck away.
9. Thompson & Center Contender. The lowdown. This is an American classic, a single-shot piece that Thompson & Center Arms first dropped in 1967. The best part about the Contender is that it's a total Lego gun. You can swap out the barrel and the caliber on the same frame, which is just slick. It's a break-action system. You open it up like a shotgun and load just one cartridge. The genius is that it can fire regular pistol rounds or full-on rifle cartridges, depending on which barrel you slapped on there. You could run anything from a tiny .22 LR up to heavy hitters like the .45-70 government rifle round. Barrel lengths were everywhere, from a short 6 inches to a crazy long 21 inches. It weighed around 3.7 pounds as a pistol, or 5.5 pounds if you threw a longer stock on it to make a carbine. They had a couple of generations, the G1, the original, and G2 starting in 2000, which had some better mechanics. It was a simple but tough design, running single action. You had to cock the hammer every single time. Folks loved it for its laser-like accuracy, making it a beast for target shooting and hunting. Some gun nuts even turned it into extreme hand cannons, like shooting a 500 Nitro Express out of a pistol. New ones cost around $1,000 back in the day. They stopped making them in 2018, and its newer, also modular successor is called
8.
the Encore.
Ruger Super Red Hawk. The lowdown? Meet the Ruger Super Red Hawk, the big, beefy American revolver built by Sturm, Ruger & Company. This thing is a tank, designed to be a massive magnum for guys who hunt big game or need precision shooting. It came out in '87 as a supersized, reinforced version of their older Red Hawk. They built it tougher and bigger to handle seriously hot hunting ammo. It first came out in .44 Magnum, but quickly scaled up to monsters like the .454 Casull and .480 Ruger. Then they made the Ruger Super Red Hawk Alaskan. This is the compact bear defense pistol you pack when you're worried about something with teeth and claws. Announced around 2004, the Alaskan is a stumpy version of the Super Red Hawk line. It's a DA/SA weapon using that indestructible steel frame. The Alaskan usually comes in those heavy calibers, Casull, .480 Ruger, or a .44 Magnum variant, so you get max power in a short, easy-to-carry package. The barrel is tiny, only 2.5 inches. The full Super Red Hawk weighs between 2.6 and 3.3 pounds. It's a 5 or 6 shooter. That short barrel and heavy frame are a deliberate move to balance the recoil. The Alaskan kicks hard but is still controllable enough to stop a charging bear or other big predator. People rave about it as a practical big bore with a comfy Hogue Tamer grip and a rail for a scope. Prices for the Alaskan usually run from $1,000 to $1,500, putting it squarely in the pro-grade hunting defense gear category.
7.
Magnum Research Desert Eagle. The lowdown. Okay, this is the one that's a total movie star, the Magnum Research Desert Eagle. It's a semi-auto pistol cooked up by a company called Magnum Research, working with the Israeli gun industry. They started designing it in '79 and got it rolling in '83. What makes it totally unique is that it runs on a gas system with a rotating bolt, which is weird for a pistol, but it's what lets it handle the nuclear-level calibers. It's famous for taking huge rounds, the .50 Action Express, the .44 Magnum, and the .357 Magnum, plus a few others. The standard barrel is 6 inches, but they even had a massive 10-inch option. This thing is big and heavy, weighing between 3.7 and 4.4 pounds. It uses a detachable magazine that holds 7, 8, or 9 rounds, depending on the caliber. The Deagle is mostly used for hunting, target practice, and just showing off at the range. It's a pop culture icon from basically every action movie and video game ever. It's been through a few updates, Mark 1, Arrow 7, Arrow 19, bringing in new calibers and cool finishes. They even made a smaller version, the Baby Desert Eagle, with a 3.8-inch barrel. A new one will cost you a pretty penny, between $1,200 and $2,300. Honestly, because it's so huge, heavy, and the ammo is expensive, it's not practical for everyday carry. It's a specialty gun, effective and flashy, but not a daily driver.
6. Taurus 454 Raging Bull. The lowdown. Here's the Taurus 454 Raging Bull, another beast from that Brazilian company Forjas Taurus. They launched this in '97 to compete directly with the American hand cannons. This revolver was built for hunters and shooters who needed a sidearm with enough oomph to drop big game. It's a DASA design on a massive steel frame, beefed up with a unique double-cylinder lock for extra strength. It's chambered for the .454 Casull round, which can also shoot the regular .45 Colt, and can even come in .44 Magnum, 500 S&W Magnum, and .460 S&W Magnum. They offer a ton of barrel lengths, from a stubby 2.25 inches all the way up to a foot-long 10-incher. Every version comes with a porting system, those holes on the barrel, to help tame the ridiculous recoil. It weighs about 2.2 to 4 pounds, holds 5 or 6 rounds, and loads from the side. The signature features are that double lock and the red inserts in the rubber grip, which help with comfort and suck up some of that recoil energy. It was marketed as a must-have for dealing with big animals or as a safari backup gun. It became a legend because of its sheer power, massive profile, and distinctive look. You could usually grab a Taurus 454 Raging Bull for between $750 and $1,200. They replaced it with the newer Raging Hunter in 2019, but this model is still one of Taurus's most iconic pieces, highly valued for both competition and hunting.
5. Magnum Research BFR 4570. This is the Magnum Research BFR, and the BFR literally stands for Big Frame Revolver. It's an American-made single-action, like an old Western gun, that was designed to handle absolutely enormous calibers, including full-on rifle rounds. They developed it in the '90s and started mass production in 2001. The first one they made was in .4570 Government, which is a classic rifle cartridge, making this one of the first revolvers to handle a long rifle case. The BFR comes in 2 main flavors, a short-cylinder version for powerful pistol magnums like .357, .44, and .454, and a long-cylinder version for those rifle cartridges like .4570 and 30-30. Barrel lengths are all over the place, from 5.5 inches up to 10 inches. The overall length is huge, about 15 to 17.5 inches. The long cylinder holds 5 rounds and the short cylinder holds 6. The 10-inch version weighs between 3.5 and 5.3 pounds, and that heavy weight is key. It helps manage the massive recoil from those rifle rounds. It's built with stainless steel, is tough as nails, and has a transfer bar safety. A nice feature, means it won't fire unless you actually pull the trigger with the hammer fully cocked. They updated the design in 2016 with a better one-piece Hogue grip to make it easier to shoot. Hunters on safaris and guys who love long-range shooting swear by the BFR 4570. It's basically a revolver rifle. It's so long, heavy, and powerful that you can get rifle-like accuracy out of a handgun at long distances.
A new BFR will cost you $1,300 to $2,500 depending on what options you go for. 4. Smith & Wesson 460 XVR, the Extreme Velocity Hog. So, check it out. Back in 2005, Smith & Wesson dropped this beast, the Model 460 XVR. It's an American-made, serious caliber revolver, and they built the whole darn thing around their new 4.60 S&W Magnum round and the beefy X-frame. The goal? To send bullets flying at ludicrous speeds with maximum impact, like extreme velocity. This piece is a classic double-action, single-action setup, and it's mainly for big game hunting or for when you need to stop a grizzly bear in its tracks. The cool thing is, it's a multi-tool. You can also feed it the slightly tamer 4.54 Casull, 4.5 Colt, and 4.5 Schofield cartridges. S&W sold these with a ton of barrel options, from a stubby 2.75-inch ES model for quick defense to popular 5-inch and 8.38-inch versions, and even crazy long 10.5 to 14-inch performance center specials. Naturally, the weight bounces around 4.4 to 6.2 pounds, depending on the length of the pipe and what gear you slap on it. You can cram 5 rounds in the cylinder. Even with that stout X-frame and the optional muzzle brakes doing work, it still kicks like a mule and is loud enough to wake the dead. But hey, S&W called it the Extreme Velocity Revolver for a reason. It's one of the fastest production revolvers out there. It's a proven winner for hunters, but it's huge and the ammo's pricey, so it's mostly a specialist's toy or a collector's item. You're looking at $1,500 to $2,100 to snag one. The Performance Center models are the real deal, flexing with muzzle brakes and rails, making this hog flexible enough for anything from close-up defense to long-range sniping.
3. Smith & Wesson 500, the OG hand cannon. This is the big daddy, the one that started the craze. S&W rolled out the Model 500 in 2003 because folks were screaming for the most powerful production revolver money could buy. This sucker was engineered specifically for the mighty 500 S&W Magnum cartridge, pure kinetic energy and a handgun. Just like the 460, it rides on the massive X-frame to handle the insane pressure and recoil. It's a double-action, single-action, and is strictly for big game hunting or as a serious predator deterrent. You can get it with short barrels down to 2.75 inches or long ones up to 10.5 inches. Weight-wise, it's about 3.5 to 5.1 pounds. The longer barrels help tame the beast a bit. Again, the Performance Center versions are souped up with muzzle brakes for better control and accuracy. It holds 5 rounds in the cylinder. When this thing goes off, it's a thunderclap and the recoil is fierce, so it's really only for experienced shooters. The ammo cost is a wallet breaker too. Expect to pay between $1,200 and $1,900. Because it's so ridiculously powerful and earned the nickname hand cannon, it's super popular with big bore fanatics, collectors, and hunters who want the absolute maximum oomph. 2. MGM 600 hand cannon, custom shop insanity. Now we're talking custom work. The MGM 600 hand cannon is a ridiculous American mashup from Match Grade Machine, MGM. They basically take a massive .600 Nitro Express rifle barrel and bolt it onto a Thompson Center Contender or Encore frame. It first popped up at a gun show back in 2014. The .600 Nitro Express is a high-energy safari cartridge, and MGM makes these to order. They've done pairs of barrels for customers, a short 10-incher and a longer 16.5-incher. This thing is heavy, between 7.7 and 11 pounds. Since it uses the Contender platform, it's a break-action single shot. That means you get one shot, period. No magazine here. First test videos of this hand cannon hit the internet around 2017. Because of the monster round, the gun has to be built from seriously tough materials, like aircraft-grade steel. This thing is not for self-defense, it's a showpiece or a testing rig. It only holds one round, and the recoil is out of control. FYI, in some parts of the US, the short-barreled version of this caliber is classified as a destructive device, so you need to check the laws and get a permit before messing with it. Since it's a custom made-to-order job, there's no fixed price, but it runs from $2,000 to $6,000, easily more with all the bells and whistles.
1. Pfeiffer Zeliska 600 Nitro Express, the world's biggest. Alright, hold onto your hat because this Austrian rig is flat out the world's largest revolver. The Pfeiffer Zeliska, built by Pfeiffer-Waffen, was designed in the early 90s, and the 600 Nitro Express version went into custom production in 2001. It's a single-action revolver, basically modeled on old-school Colt cowboy guns, but scaled up to cartoonish proportions. It fires the giant 600 Nitro Express Safari cartridge. We're talking 13.23 pounds or 6 kilograms of steel and over 21 inches, 55 centimeters long. The cylinder alone weighs more than 4 pounds. It has a 13-inch or 335 millimeter barrel, and that sheer weight helps soak up some of the recoil. You load 5 rounds in the cylinder, old-school style. Even with the massive build dampening the blow, the shot is extremely loud and dramatic. This piece is purely a collector's trophy and a display item. They only make a few, and they often come with fancy gold-plated parts and other decorations. It's wildly expensive to buy and shoot. You'll drop between $11,000 and $17,000 for one. Bottom line, you're only going to see this at gun shows or in a rich guy's collection.